What if the banks we trust to build wealth are actually holding us back? We're often told that putting money in the bank is the path to financial security. But here's the hidden truth. Banks aren't just safe vaults, they're businesses. And often, their business model profits at the expense of your financial freedom. From hidden fees to debt traps, banks have a way of keeping the middle class from truly building wealth. So, let's uncover how this system works and how you can break free. Buckle up, it's time to rethink your finances. 1. The illusion of savings, how banks fail at building wealth. Let's start by addressing one of the biggest myths in personal finance. Saving diligently in a traditional bank account is the key to wealth building. The reality is far more complex. In 2024, the average savings interest rate in the US is around 0.5%, which might sound like a safe place to park your money. However, when you compare that rate with the annual inflation rate, which stands at around 3.2%, there's a clear problem. Inflation effectively erodes your money's value, meaning that each dollar saved in a bank is actually losing purchasing power. Over the last 3 years, the cumulative increase in prices has been 18.6%, making it harder for savers to keep up. Imagine this scenario. You've been saving $10,000 each year for a decade. At a 0.5% interest rate, your money barely grows. Meanwhile, inflation chips away at the value, and suddenly, your hard-earned savings don't have the same buying power. The middle class is often caught in this cycle, thinking they're making progress by saving traditionally, when in reality, they are slowly losing ground. On the other hand, banks are using those deposits to lend out money at higher interest rates, or invest in opportunities that yield them far more than the savings account interest they pay you. Consider how banks leverage the money you deposit, while offering an interest rate of 0.5% to their customers. They turn around and use your deposits to make loans, with interest rates that often range from 3% to upwards of 20%, depending on the type of loan. For example, mortgages, personal loans, and credit cards are all ways banks profit off the money you lend them. The difference between the tiny interest they pay savers and the larger interest they collect on loans is how banks build their wealth, and why your money seems to stagnate. 2. Credit cards, rewards, or debt traps. Credit cards often promise a world of benefits: cashback, travel points, exclusive deals. To the middle class, they seem like a shortcut to building wealth while getting perks on everyday purchases. But here's the catch. The rewards are just a shiny cover for what can become a debt trap. With interest rates ranging from 15% to 25%, carrying a balance on your credit card can lead to debt that quickly spirals out of control. Let's break it down. You might start by taking advantage of a generous rewards program, thinking you're savvy for earning points on every purchase. But the moment you miss a payment or start carrying a balance, the story changes. The free money you thought you were getting is quickly overshadowed by the interest accumulating on your unpaid balance. According to a 2024 survey, the average American household with revolving credit card debt pays over $1,000 in interest annually, money that could have gone into investments, a savings account, or debt reduction. This means that what seemed like a path toward financial freedom can instead become a roadblock to wealth building. Here's the darker side that banks don't advertise. Credit cards are structured to profit from debt, not from your financial growth. The middle class is often lured into this cycle, believing they can pay off balances quickly. But once you're in the habit of spending beyond your means, the balances pile up faster than you realize. And the longer you carry that debt, the more profit banks make off you through interest charges and late fees. That's why banks offer zero-interest introductory rates. They know that once you're hooked, the real money is made when those rates expire and balances remain unpaid. 3. Mortgage debt, a wealth builder or a bank's best friend. For many middle-class families, buying a home is seen as the ultimate step toward financial freedom, a symbol of stability, success, and wealth building. But let's look beneath the surface. A typical 30-year mortgage is not just a means to own a home. but also a long-term debt contract that serves banks extremely well. In the early years, the majority of your payments go toward interest, not the principal, essentially turning your home into a money-making machine for the bank. Here's how it plays out. Imagine securing a mortgage and faithfully making payments for 5, 10, or even 15 years. You'd assume that by then, you've made a solid dent in your debt, right? But the truth is, due to how mortgages are structured, most of those early payments have gone toward interest, meaning you've barely scratched the surface of the principal, the actual cost of your home. A $300,000 mortgage at 4% interest over 30 years can cost you nearly $515,000 by the time it's paid off. That's almost double the price of your home. Essentially, while your equity grows slowly, the bank is collecting tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars from you in interest. But why is mortgage debt such a lucrative business for banks? It's all in the structure. Banks make money on the long-term nature of the loan. The interest is front-loaded, meaning that in the first few years, a huge portion of your payment goes directly into the bank's pocket. It's a system designed to maximize their profit, and unless you take action to pay down your principal more aggressively, you're working primarily to build their wealth, not yours. And let's not forget those added costs like private mortgage insurance or PMI. If you put down less than 20% or various lender fees that subtly add to your debt load. 4. The cost of banking, hidden fees, and silent wealth erosion. Banks might seem like a safe place for your money, but there's an unseen side to banking. Hidden fees that quietly drain your wealth over time. Overdraft charges, ATM fees, foreign transaction fees, and monthly maintenance fees may seem like minor annoyances, but their cumulative effect is anything but small. In 2023, U.S. consumers paid over $15 billion in overdraft fees alone, money that could have been invested or saved toward financial independence. Add to this other charges like account service fees and retirement account management fees, and you have a significant silent erosion of wealth. Think of these hidden fees like termites. They're small and stealthy, but can gradually undermine the financial foundation you're trying to build. For example, a $35 overdraft fee on a $5 coffee is a staggering 700% of the original transaction. A few dollars here and there might seem inconsequential, but these charges add up over time, costing you hundreds or even thousands of dollars that could have gone toward building wealth. Imagine losing just $20 a month in various fees. That's $240 a year and $2,400 over a decade. It's a silent killer of financial growth, quietly chipping away at your progress. But why are these fees so common? Banks depend on them as a steady revenue stream because they're often overlooked and rarely questioned. The financial system is designed to normalize these costs, making them seem like an unavoidable part of banking. But here's the reality: they are avoidable. Banks rely on these fees because they're lucrative, but they can undermine your wealth-building efforts. Just as termites eat away at a home's structure, hidden fees can erode your financial stability, making it that much more difficult to reach your financial goals. 5. The trap of predatory lending. Banks offer all kinds of loans, personal, auto, payday, that seem to provide quick cash when you need it. But here's the reality: many of these loans are designed to keep you tied to debt, not financial freedom. Take payday loans, for instance. They often target those facing short-term money troubles, but can carry sky-high APRs of 300 to 500%, turning a quick fix into a long-term debt trap. Borrowers can quickly find themselves stuck in a cycle of taking new loans just to cover the old ones, each time paying more in fees and interest. And it's not just payday loans. Personal and auto loans from traditional banks can hide fees and variable interest rates deep in the fine print, costing far more than expected over time. Auto loans especially can have high interest rates for those with subprime credit, leading to payments that stretch on long after the car's value has depreciated. The goal is to keep you paying as long as possible, maximizing profits for the lender while keeping you tied to debt. Predatory lending thrives on desperation and a lack of financial knowledge. When people urgently need cash, the hidden costs can go unnoticed. But remember, if a loan seems too easy to get, that's a signal to scrutinize the terms. Predatory lenders rely on urgency to lock borrowers into high-interest debt that stifles wealth-building efforts. 6. How the wealthy play the game differently. It seems like the wealthy play an entirely different game when it comes to wealth building, and that's because they do. It's not just about having more money, it's about leveraging the financial system to their advantage. High net worth individuals often have access to private banking services, which offer perks like lower fees and exclusive investment opportunities that outperform average savings accounts. For example, they may secure loans at interest rates significantly lower than those available to middle-class borrowers, and they have access to financial products not advertised to the public. This access gives them a head start in maximizing wealth, something many middle-class families struggle to match. Banks treat different clients in very different ways. Traditional banks view middle-class customers as revenue sources, profiting from various fees like overdraft charges, account maintenance, and even penalties for low balances. Meanwhile, wealthy clients can negotiate waivers, higher returns on investments, and tailored advice that helps their wealth grow efficiently. Imagine two borrowers taking out the same loan. The middle-class borrower might face a 5 to 6% interest rate, while a wealthy borrower might get 2 to 3%. Over time, this difference can amount to thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars saved. The wealthy also benefit from advanced wealth-building strategies like tax loopholes, diversified portfolios, and offshore accounts. They often have teams of advisors to navigate these complex financial waters, allowing them to exponentially grow their wealth while paying a smaller percentage of their income in taxes compared to middle-class families. Essentially, they know how to make the financial system work for them, while most people are stuck with limited options and limited knowledge. 7. Taking control, financial literacy, and breaking free. So, we've explored how traditional banks profit, often at the cost of your wealth building. But how do you take back control? It starts with financial literacy, your most powerful tool for achieving financial freedom. Knowing how banks work, how interest compounds, and how to use financial products wisely puts you back in control, away from low-interest accounts and hidden fees that drain your wealth. Step 1. Optimize your savings and investments. Stop letting your money sit in low-interest savings accounts that barely beat inflation. Seek out high-yield savings accounts. Online banks often offer much better rates. Then, expand your options beyond traditional savings by exploring Roth IRAs, 401ks, and index funds, which can provide much higher returns. Diversifying into assets like real estate, stocks, or even cryptocurrencies can help your money grow outside the constraints of traditional banking. Step 2. Minimize fees and use debt wisely. Take control by eliminating hidden costs that erode your wealth. Scrutinize your bank statements and credit cards for unnecessary fees, and opt for financial institutions with better terms, like credit unions or fintech platforms. Use debt strategically, pay down high-interest debt quickly, and if you must carry a balance, choose low-interest cards or those offering valuable rewards. Step 3. Educate yourself continuously. Empower yourself with financial education. Read books, listen to podcasts, and watch videos to learn about wealth-building strategies and money management. The more you know, the more effectively you can grow your wealth and avoid pitfalls. Don't settle for one-size-fits-all banking. Explore your options and align your financial choices with your goals. Remember, you can flip the script by making informed choices, cutting fees, and leveraging opportunities beyond traditional banking. Financial freedom starts with breaking away from the status quo and building wealth on your own terms. So there you have it, the real story of how banks are actively holding back the middle class from achieving financial freedom and wealth building. From low-interest savings to hidden fees, debt traps, and predatory lending, the financial system is designed to profit at your expense. But here's the good news. You have the power to flip the script. By becoming financially educated, seeking out better banking options, and using your money wisely, you can break free from these constraints. Your path to financial freedom begins today. Start making smart financial decisions, explore alternatives to traditional banks, and take charge of your wealth. Remember, building wealth isn't just about how much you earn. It's about managing what you have, investing smartly, and sidestepping the pitfalls banks might lay out. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more content on wealth building, and share in the comments what steps you plan to take next toward financial freedom. Every journey starts with a single step, so make yours count. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.